Tonight, the owner of the home that exploded yesterday says his property was safe and secured. Plus, with a WestJet strike looming, London's airport president says your best option is to change your plans. And grab your bib and napkin. Ribfest 2026 is underway.
CTV News with Lauren Stallone.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. It's been one day since a house exploded on Baseline Road, and Ward Councillor Skylar Frank says she's been receiving complaints about the problematic property for years. But in an interview with CTV's Daryl Newcomb, the owner defends the condition of his rental property.
Investigators with the Ontario Fire Marshal's office combed through the debris at 131 Baseline Road West, a day after the house exploded, sending a man to hospital in critical condition. The property's owner suspects homelessness and drug use in the area might be to blame.
This kind of an explosion, I feel like natural gas. They did something funny with something and something happened. That's the only thing I can think of. I have no other, but nobody was supposed to be there. And it was properly locked.
Asif Sheikh says economic conditions have not been conducive to breaking ground on his high-rise development. However, he denies that the house was abandoned, adding a property management company was looking for a tenant.
A few weeks ago, this was rented. This was not an abandoned house or anything like that. This was I have a property management company.
But for years, neighbors have complained to Ward Councillor Skylar Frank about the property, including the morning of the explosion.
Property standard violations, concerns about issues on the property, and I've also, in fact, asked in the past for fencing to be put up around the property and proper securement of the property so that we don't have all these issues.
I was a few weeks ago. There's an active property manager who's taking care of the property. What else you want me to do?
As far back as October 2023, Frank suggested demolishing both houses on the site. In April 2024, fire severely damaged the one at 129 Baseline West.
We need to look at how we are dealing with vacant buildings, especially in regards to ones that are awaiting an infill opportunity. This building was not properly secured, neither was the adjacent one that had burnt down in 2024.
According to municipal records, back in September of last year, 131 Baseline Road West was the subject of a final order regarding property standards. But the order was only related to the rear garage, not the actual house that exploded. Determining a cause of the blast could take time as investigators look for clues in the rubble.
We have brought in heavy equipment to help our investigators move some of the debris in order for them to continue their investigation.
Meanwhile, just outside the fire line, there's evidence of a well-used homeless encampment.
You get stuck with tenants, or you keep it empty and then you're stuck with homeless people breaking into.
Should they be demolished earlier if no one is living in them, if they're slated for redevelopment? And I think we need to make sure that residents can feel safe, that if they are near a vacant building, it will not blow up, it will not be set on fire.
Police have not provided an update on the condition of the man injured in the explosion. Daryl Newcomb, CTV News.
A senior citizen has died after a vehicle went into the St. Clair River south of Port Lambton. Emergency crews from both sides of the border responded to the crash Wednesday afternoon. The lone occupant, an 84-year-old Walpole Island resident, was recovered from the water and pronounced deceased at the scene. Lambton OPP continued to investigate. The London Police Service is partnering with the national anti-human trafficking organization #NotInMyCity to strengthen efforts to prevent and combat human trafficking in the community. The initiative includes specialized training for officers to help them better recognize the signs, support survivors, and improve investigations. Police say human trafficking is one of the fastest growing crimes in Canada, with most reported victims being Canadians trafficked within the country. They're encouraging the public to learn the warning signs and report any suspected cases to police or Crime Stoppers.
Trafficking occurs in communities across Ontario, including London. We are equipping our officers with the training and knowledge on the signs to look for with human trafficking and sexual exploitation.
7 beaches along the Lake Huron shoreline are unsafe for swimming tonight. 5 beaches in Huron County and 2 in Bruce County have tested over the acceptable limits for E. coli. Godrich's Main Beach and Rotary Cove are both a part of the beaches with warnings tonight. Ciantine Beach in Kincardine and Point Clark Beach tested over yesterday. Retesting will take place today and tomorrow, with results expected no later than Saturday. Officials say lake sediment churned up by storms are the likely cause of the high levels.
We're live on location tonight at Storybook Gardens. Coming up, we're going to tell you all about Festival Fridays and what's coming up this weekend at Storybook Gardens. Lots on the docket. It's been an absolutely beautiful, picture-perfect day. That northerly breeze continuing. Temperatures are climbing into the upper 20s, and Windsor even hitting 30 degrees. London 27. Midwestern Ontario comfortable between 22 and 25. High pressure is dominating, and that will keep us in the clear tonight. Another comfortable night, although temperatures will be a few degrees warmer than they were last night. I told you to open the windows last night. You can still do that tonight as temperatures dip down, but it's going to get hot and humid heading into tomorrow afternoon. We do have some scattered showers in through northern Ontario, as well as some heat. We'll talk about that front and a low pressure system that will be moving into our area as we roll through the holiday weekend. Clear conditions as we push through the evening. Winds becoming light and variable overnight. Coming up, I'll have your holiday weekend forecast and a look ahead to the next 7. Live on location in just a bit.
Thanks, Julie. Turbulence ahead for WestJet as flights may be grounded as early as tomorrow. As Kathy Lee reports, union representing flight attendants issued a 72-hour strike notice and the airline retaliated. But there's still room for negotiation.
A labor relations expert says the posturing between WestJet and the union is expected and all part of the bargaining process. Both sides have now issued lockout and strike notices, but there's still time to reach an agreement and avoid a work stoppage.
For many WestJet passengers, today's trip comes with a question mark. They're traveling knowing their return could look very different with the strike looming.
We're actually headed to San Diego, and so our dates are like right in the middle of the potential strike.
Obviously, I'm a bit worried about it. I think there's probably some alternatives I could get from there if it was impacted.
As bargaining continues, the union representing about 4,400 flight attendants has issued a 72-hour strike notice, while the airline has responded with a lockout notice of its own. In a statement, WestJet's CEO saying, "We sincerely regret the inconvenience and uncertainty this continues to cause for our guests." The union planned a press conference but canceled, saying in a statement, "Unfortunately, the parties are still too far apart on some key issues." Flight attendants voted 99% in favor of a strike mandate earlier this month. Wages, unpaid work, and working conditions, the major sticking points at the bargaining table. Issues similar to why Air Canada flight attendants went on strike last year for 3 days. This labor relations expert says despite today's escalation, there's still time to reach a deal.
It's really not uncommon at all to see these kinds of situations resolved with an agreement at the 11th hour.
While a strike could begin as early as Sunday, some flights could start being grounded as early as tomorrow unless a deal is reached. At least for these travelers, they are taking it in stride.
A little bit of panic, but you know, we're going on vacation anyways. A few extra days doesn't hurt.
Getting stranded in LA isn't that bad.
The strike and lockout notices come a day after both sides agreed to a wind down plan, which outlines the details of how operations would be scaled back and how crews would be returned if there is a work stoppage. Kathy Lee, CTV News, Calgary.
The threat of a strike by WestJet flight attendants has London International Airport advising travelers to be proactive. Airport President and CEO Scott McZadian tells CTV News it is likely the smarter option to change travel plans as a possible Sunday strike deadline approaches. 4,400 WestJet flight attendants issued a 72-hour strike notice over issues including unpaid work completed while on the ground. Talks are said to be continuing. The airline has offered its passengers with flights scheduled between July 30th and August 4th the opportunity to make a one-time change or to cancel with no fee. WestJet currently operates routes from London International Airport to Calgary and Winnipeg. A London-based startup is set to launch onto the world stage with a device they say can be a game changer for people who require prosthetics. Jerry Dewan has more on the next steps.
In lower limb prosthetics, the challenge continues to be the ever-changing form of the human body.
People can experience sometimes up to 13% limb volume change throughout a day.
For many years, the common approach to accommodating the change had been socks. Adjusting prosthetics is now possible, but not always convenient, leaving people in discomfort or at risk of further complications.
That rubbing from the misfit can lead to blisters that get infected, lead to hospitalization, and sometimes even another amputation.
The Vessel team developed the KIN automatic volume management system. The technology is embedded in the prosthetic socket and automatically adapts to limb volume.
As someone walks, this part here absorbs shock from that walking motion, which automatically turns this dial and pulls on the cable to tighten the panels against the leg.
A breakthrough moment has come for Vessel, with the U.S. Food and Drug Administration registering the KIN system as a Class 1 medical device, opening the door for broader distribution in the United States. Health Canada registration is expected soon, and an application for European registration will come this year or early next year.
It's definitely a difficult process. Doing hardware and doing medical hardware is incredibly complex.
Getting the regulatory approvals takes us into those markets. It really is that one barrier standing between us and sales, us and helping the patients that we intended to help.
The Vessel team has grown from 3 members to now 9 members, with substantial growth expected in the coming months. Along with research and innovation, the Vessel team can do small-scale production here at the Western Discovery Park. Now the goal is to find a larger space where they can ramp production up. They plan to open a new facility in London and will announce new distribution agreements soon. Robinson says there is a growing need for more comfortable and convenient prosthetics.
185,000 new amputations every year in North America. There's some really staggering data points when it comes to how fast this market is increasing and why. Diabetes is the leading cause of leg amputation, but then with all the global conflict happening around the world right now, there's a lot of traumatic amputations happening as well.
Robinson says the Vessel team continues to work with patients, prosthetists, and physical therapists to refine the KIN system. Jerry Dewan, CTV News.
A hometown hockey star is bringing professional women's hockey's biggest prize back to where it all began. Fresh off winning the Walter Cup and signing with PWHL Hamilton, London native Nicole Gosling spent the afternoon meeting fans, many of whom hope to one day follow in her footsteps. Rita Ismail reports.
The Walter Cup may be hockey's newest championship trophy, but for London's Nicole Gosling, it's already become a symbol of years of dedication.
A lot of the hard work is kind of paying off to be playing professional now.
The 24-year-old defenseman capped off an impressive rookie season with the Montreal Victoire by helping her team capture the Walter Cup. Today, she returned home with the trophy, signing autographs and posing for photos with dozens of young hockey players.
It's nice that I have somebody to look up to and that somebody can share the same experience.
For many of the girls waiting in line, seeing a hometown player reach the professional level makes their own dreams feel possible.
She plays for a professional league, so I'm excited to see her, and we might grow up and do that exactly like her.
That's exactly the kind of impact Gosling hopes to have.
I just want to inspire the next generation. You know, I want them to be excited to be a professional, to what that means, to bring this trophy here to London for the first time. I think that's really exciting.
For her family, watching her lift the Walter Cup during her very first professional season has been unforgettable.
We've watched her since she was little, and to see her at this level and in her rookie year win the cup has been just amazing.
And longtime female hockey players say the rapid rise of the PWHL is changing what's possible for the next generation.
All of our dreams come true. For all these girls to be able to see that there's possibility for a professional hockey career, it touches me in a very, very profound way.
With a Walter Cup championship already under her belt and a new chapter beginning with PWHL's Hamilton this fall, Gosling says she's excited to continue building the league while showing young players in her hometown that professional women's hockey is no longer just a dream. Rita Ismail, CTV News.
The tastiest long weekend of the year has arrived at Victoria Park in downtown London. For 36 years, the London Ribfest has filled plenty of bellies, and as usual, we sent our Nick Paparella for his annual taste test.
Welcome to Bubbaloo's, folks! Bubbaloo's, where you never lose!
If you love ribs, then Ribber Row at Victoria Park is the place to be this civic holiday weekend.
Get your dino attack over here, folks! Dino!
Those at Dinosaur Smokehouse are ready to serve.
We have some pit masters that have all been learning how to barbecue for years and years, so we just have perfected our craft on how you cook the ribs. We have a beautiful seasoning, beautiful sauce that you just can't get anywhere. It's special to us.
And it's all finger-licking Bad Boys!
London's own Fat Boys is back once again.
This is a family, so the same ribs that I cook here at London Ribfest is the exact same ribs I made for my mom a couple weeks ago back home. I made it for my husband. I make it for my friends when they come over in the middle of October. It's the same recipe, and it's one that's served us well for the last 27 years. So you don't change something that's good, and that just means you get to share it with the community every single year.
As a former winner of the best ribs, Ricky says they always need to bring their A game.
You know, there is quite a bit of pressure. There's not a bad rib here. I say it every year. Everybody's coming to this event with the best product they possibly have.
With ribbers ready to serve, Fred Rovers didn't waste any time getting to the park.
Oh, it's kind of a little annual tradition, actually. Our office isn't that far away, so every summer when we find out Ribfest is on, we head on over for a staff lunch.
And Robin Palmer came into London from Port Stanley and brought her 84-year-old mother, Dolly.
Looks like you're enjoying the ribs.
Of course. They're good. I used to come here all the time because I used to live in London. So I had to come back just to get the ribs.
Why do you like coming out to Ribfest?
Just the different flavors, the different techniques, whether it's for the beans are amazing too.
Finger!
It's the excitement. It's dinner and a show. These people put on a great show. All of these ribbers are hooping and hollering, and they're all wearing their cowboy hats because it's all Western themed.
Year after year, I'm the official taste tester here at the London Ribfest. But this year, you know, folks, I'm training for a marathon in September, and I got to show some restraint, some willpower. I can't dig in this year. Nick! Oh, well, so much for willpower. Nick Paparella, CTV News.
All right, we're back, and I promised I'd tell you about Festival Fridays. I'm not going to tell you, but Sally Thompson is from Storybook Gardens. Sally, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me. We're super excited about Festival Friday this Friday night. Every Friday night during the summer, we offer children get in free, parents for a reduced rate. We have a different theme every Friday night. This week is multicultural, so lots of entertainment, lots of booths and fancy food. It's going to be a great day.
London's a culturally diverse city, and what a wonderful way to celebrate that.
Absolutely, and we've brought some new things in this year to entertain everybody, so there's lots of surprises.
I love that, and it's a great way to spend a Friday night with your family because, you know, when you're looking for things to do in the summer, what a great opportunity. Now, there's lots coming up this weekend at Storybook Gardens. Tell us about all the events.
We're super excited. This is our big weekend to bring everybody in. So Saturday, we've got our annual Touch a Truck event, so we've got all kinds of trucks coming in. I'm really excited. There's going to be a Zamboni that kids can get up close to because you usually can't get close to those. Lots and lots of trucks. And then Sunday night, for the first time, we're having a free movie for the community. Doors open at 7:30, and we'll start the movie at 8:30. We're showing Paddington in Peru.
Oh, wow. Okay. And do you have to pre-register for that online?
Absolutely not. Just show up, bring your own lawn chair, and we'll have popcorn and drinks and ice cream to serve while you're here.
All right. Well, that sounds like a good night, too. So lots coming up. We have Festival Fridays, Touch a Truck on Saturday, and a movie night coming up this weekend. All right. And where can people find out more?
You can check our website, storybookgardens.ca, and you can give us a call at the castle if you'd like to as well.
All right. Thank you so much, Sally. We're going to talk more about this weekend forecast. Nick was talking about ribs at Ribfest. I'm already hungry. I'm going to tell you what the weather will hold as we go through the next 7. I'll send things back to the newsroom, Lauren, and back to you. Of course, I'm getting hungry out here, though. I think that we should be eating food again on the news. Back to you.
I'm hungry, too. I agree. Sounds good. Thanks so much, Julie. Coming up, we learn the identity of the Canadian arrested for spying at NATO.
Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
We begin tonight with Ontario's latest.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. ctvlondon.ca, your home for news.
CTV News can now reveal the name of the alleged Canadian spy working for a third nation as a member of a criminal organization. CTV's Judy Trin has more.
Reuters reported that the Canadian intern arrested for spying at the Military Command Center of NATO was named Claire Zed, which matches a former Statistics Canada employee identified in this federal court document. Claire Biwei Jiang worked in Ottawa and was accused of fraud, of deceiving the Canadian Border Services Agency into thinking she was two different persons. Documents show she was born in 1993. It's not known when she became a Canadian citizen. This former CSIS director says the suspect was caught before she could do greater damage.
The payoff for that operation is 15 years from now when that individual is the director or director general or higher. That's the big payoff, because then you have access to real information and useful information. At her level, the kinds of information she would have access to would be probably pretty minimal.
An account linked to Zhang shows that she was seeking an apartment in Mons, Belgium a year ago. The Post says she's starting an internship at Shape NATO. Zhang has degrees in economics and engineering. At the University of Ottawa, she was part of the Smart Connected Vehicles Innovation Centre. The lab does research on artificial intelligence, self-driving vehicles, and drone technology.
If the third-party country is in fact China, it shows China's interests.
Her LinkedIn profile says she also did work for the World Trade Organization, the Canadian Space Agency, and the European Space Agency. Before starting her work at NATO, her security clearance was approved by the Government of Canada after being vetted by CSIS.
There are a lot of opportunities to turn people, but sleeper cells sit for very, very long periods of time. And so the sort of reverse engineering that is done of this process to understand who she is truly and what we knew about her and what we should have known about her is going to be very telling.
CSIS has recently put out a warning that international students could be used in foreign interference operations. Zhang was first hired into the federal public service in 2017 through a federal student works program. Judy Trin, CTV News, Ottawa.
A young horse lover is rising the ranks in the ultra-competitive world of barrel racing. Scott Miller has more.
Hannah Elliott has a need for speed.
I like going fast and then turning, and just it's very fun with your horse and just following through what they like to do.
The 13-year-old from the Staffa area has been riding horses since she could walk, but it wasn't until a few years ago that she got serious about barrel racing.
I kind of like seen it online and I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. And I just started it because it was really fun.
With her horse Elliot has spent the past 2 years running barrel races across southern Ontario on the National Barrel Horse Association circuit. They've been perfecting their bond to go fast, and it's paid off with the top 10 finish in the Southern Ontario district, earning the 13-year-old rider and her horse a spot at the Youth and Teen World Barrel Racing Championships in Georgia, which happened earlier this month.
It was a very crazy experience. It was very hot, and basically, like, it's a lot bigger than your regular shows, so it was pretty scary.
While her parents do support her, driving her to competitions every other weekend for the past couple of years, Elliot has taken this challenge on largely on her own, training several hours a day, 4 or 5 times a week, enough to fine-tune Ellie's athleticism, but not enough to tire her out.
It takes a lot of try, and you kind of just go for it and you see where you end up.
She loves barrel racing enough, she wants to make it her career. The fastest riders can earn thousands of dollars in prize money and endorsements going to competitions across North America.
Yeah, I want to see how far I can get and try to make a career out of it somehow and see where that goes.
If the past few years are any indication, Elliot is well on her way to becoming a rising star on the North American barrel racing scene.
It started off as fun, but now it's not. Like, I'm trying to get out there.
Near Staffa, Scott Miller, CTV News.
Julie joins us now. Julie, we're just talking about ribs. Now we're going to talk about the weather, and perfect weather for some barbecue.
Yeah, for sure. Tonight, tomorrow night, both days looking beautiful, and the holiday. In between, we're going to bring a weather system in with some rainfall, but it's not going to wash out your weekend, but it will definitely bring some cloud cover and some showers. So you're just going to need to be prepared as you head out. Of course, most of us don't cancel our plans for the holiday weekend. We just have to grin and bear it with the weather. 27 degrees our high today, 13 our low. Comparing that with what's normal for this time of year today, bang on, and our sun setting about 10 minutes before 9 o'clock. Over the next couple of hours, the temperature will be dipping down just a bit, but staying a bit warmer tonight than it was last night. We are under the influence of high pressure, and yes, that high pressure will keep us clear. As we head north, 22 to 25 degrees, and the winds, as I mentioned, easing off overnight. We will bring in a little bit of fog through the overnight and early tomorrow morning, but that fog should mix out quite quickly. There's some showers off to the west and northwest in advance of a cold front that's slowly trekking its way across Lake Superior. Across the country tonight, southern prairies is still quite hot, and through Regina and Winnipeg, again on the northern edge of that upper ridge, centered over Texas. Dallas reading 37. That heat dome is intense. Overnight in London, 15. Mount Forest, KW, a bit cooler at 12 degrees, and it'll be milder along the lakeshore between 16 and 17. Going out 48 hours, so tomorrow we'll have sunshine to start the day, a mix of sun and cloud in the afternoon, and then the chance for some pop-up showers Friday late afternoon into the evening. Then some rainfall will move in on Saturday, but you can see how spotty this is, and that's really why we've been struggling with this forecast. This model has changed since I left the station. So in terms of how that rain will materialize, likely just mainly cloudy with showers, but they will be spotty in nature and not widespread. It's going to be hot tomorrow, 30 degrees. It'll feel like the mid-30s. So we will see increasing amounts of cloud cover through the day and that higher humidity. Saturday, a 40% chance of showers. Again, things are looking even improved since this afternoon. So really, in terms of this weekend, it's a struggle to get that forecast for you, friends. 25 degrees for your Sunday. Again, a 40% chance of showers. And then Monday will be beautiful, 26. Tuesday, sunshine and 28. And Wednesday, Thursday, 30 to 28 degrees. It's going to be hot and humid next week as well. The humidity levels will be much higher next week than they were this week. It's been nice and comfortable. Friday, a mix of sun and cloud and through Huron and Perth. Grey Bruce, you could have some showers Friday night, and then mainly cloudy with showers heading into Saturday and Sunday. Daytime highs over the weekend coming in at 25 degrees. Monday, we're into full sunshine. Holiday Monday will be the best day if you're kicking off your long weekend early. Friday's gorgeous, Monday's gorgeous, so we'll just bookend some showers as we head toward the weekend. Tuesday, sunshine and 28. The ice cream truck has just shown up around here. There's still people. The last folks were just filtering out of Storybook Gardens for the day. I think they're going to stop and have some ice cream. A perfect night for that, for sure. I don't know if you can hear the music back in the newsroom, Lauren, but you know that music that they play with those ice cream trucks? That's what we can hear out here. And, of course, kids starting to line up to grab that nice ice cream on a perfect evening.
Julie, you're killing me over here. I'm starving now. Thank you so much. That's our Julie Atchison live for us at Storybook Gardens. Coming up, how a Canadian teen broke the hold of social media by creating a new social media app.
One more chance to win tickets to one of the coolest things you can do this summer fall.
Yes, coming up in September, we've got the Western Fair Country Night on September 20th. Win your way in tomorrow morning at 7:10.
Welcome back. New data shows the number of people working in Canada increased by 24,000 in May, which amounts to a 0.1% increase compared to April. On a year-over-year basis, payroll employment was up by more than 112,000, which represents an increase of less than 1%. The numbers from Statistics Canada show that average weekly earnings were also up by 3.4% on a year-over-year basis. What is your average daily screen time? Well, a young man in Quebec has created a new app with the goal of limiting people's exposure to social media. CTV's Sweeta Rassi reports.
Alexis Bossé is the one-man team behind Livio, a social media app built to give your thumb a break.
The idea really came to mind 2 years ago when I wanted a healthier experience on social media.
He says he became addicted to doom scrolling, spending hours a day on social media. The 21-year-old knew he had to cut back, but even that was hard. So with the help of AI, he taught himself how to code. He started to work on the app in the beginning of 2026, and in May, he finally launched it. No algorithms, no ads, and when you get to the end of the feed, you get this message.
You've seen it all, the rest is offline.
A 2026 report from Statistics Canada says screen time recommendation is set at no more than 2 hours a day, but nearly 40% of young people don't follow it.
Honestly, I don't know. I do spend a lot, especially during the summer. Per day? Per day. Like 3-4 hours?
I kind of doom scroll a lot.
Tech analyst Carmi Levy says some social media apps are no longer about community. It's about making money.
It's about algorithms deciding what you see, what you're most likely to want to see next. And it's really software ensuring that you stay on the platform for as long as possible.
The UQAM business student says he's not doing it for the money. He adds his app is getting a lot of traction. In the App Store, it jumped up to 9th place in top downloads for social media.
Oh, number 9. Wow.
So you went up.
Wow. I'm really surprised.
I can tell.
Yeah, I'm really happy. I think it really shows how people want to make a change. We can take matter into our own hands and really have a change on the world.
An app that reminds users it's okay to go offline. Sweeta Rassi, CTV News.
CTV News has learned former NDP leader Jagmeet Singh is being considered for an appointment as the new CEO of Destination Canada. The potential appointments to the country's national tourism marketing organization is expected to be met with criticism from the opposition, as it is not clear if Singh has any industry experience. The possible appointment comes after Singh became eligible for his federal parliamentary pension following years as an MP. Singh served as NDP leader from 2017 to 2025. He resigned as leader in 2025 following the party's worst ever election results. Canadian U.S. stock markets gained ground today. In Toronto, the TSX gained 172 points, while in New York, the Dow added 614, and the Nasdaq is up 679. The Canadian dollar gained 1/3 of a cent, and on commodity markets, gold is up $83 an ounce, and oil fell 87 cents a barrel. And later on CTV News, how modern technology offered a solution to an old problem.
It's Jeff, KP, and Backstage Ben in the morning.
3 awesome people that want to start your day or finish your overnight shift.
You'll laugh, you'll text, you'll call, you'll scratch your head, and maybe even beat Backstage Ben. Weekday mornings from 5:30 to 10.
Listen live on the iHeartRadio app or at 97.5 Virgin Radio.
Getting around on horseback is something officials in the Waterloo region are looking to make easier. They've just installed a special new crosswalk designed specifically for people on horses. CTV's Alexandra Hollick shows us where it is and how it works.
On Northfield Drive East in Woolwich, Hold Your Horses has a whole new meaning.
The region of Waterloo has created a new light that is equestrian specific.
The light is posted just outside Conestoga River Horseback Adventures and down the road from the Sheffley Bridge that's currently under construction.
The major functionality of our trails is to go crisscrossing through the river. Normally we would go underneath the Sheffley Bridge in order to do our trails, and that with the constructions of the bridge, we've now had to go over the road.
The crossing creates a break in traffic, allowing horseback riders to keep trotting on their trail.
This is not your average crosswalk. For one, the button is at horseback height and the lights are censored not for humans, but for horses. And while drivers may see this as a temporary inconvenience, the business says this crossing is critical.
So we do need access to the other parts of the trail to actually complete our business and give safety to the general public.
Owner Tatiana Van Lent says on their busiest days, the crossing could see dozens of horses move from one side to the other. And with no other way to get around, Van Lent worked with the region to come up with a solution.
Construction affects everybody. Nobody wants to wait on the road. No business wants to be affected.
On Wednesday, it's business as usual. The new route welcomed by those at the reins.
I think the horse crossing, obviously they need it here, right? It's really necessary, and it's great that they've implemented it.
And I've noticed that the road is very fast here, so with that speed limit, yeah, it's essential.
Construction on the bridge is expected to be complete in 2028. That's when the region says the temporary signals will be removed. Until then, equestrians will keep crossing one hoof at a time. Alexandra Hollig, CTV News, Woolwich.
The Ontario Ministry of Labour is investigating a fatal electrocution in Durham on Tuesday. A worker was killed when a boom lift came in contact with a live power line. West Grey police say it happened along Grey Road 4 in Durham. New trains, a new plant, and the promise of new jobs are all part of the federal government's nearly $2 billion plan for a via refresh.
This announcement is about far more than new trains. It's about building our country, supporting our workers, supporting passengers, creating good jobs, and developing expertise right here in Canada.
The trains will be built by Switzerland-based Stadler. The first 9 will be built in Spain and the remaining 36 built in Canada. A new assembly plant and maintenance facility will also be built in Montreal. It's time now for your London list, and I'm joined by KP with Virgin. KP, we got a long weekend coming up. I'm so ready for it.
So ready. We have so much to get to, including ribs. I'm so excited.
I love ribs.
So, Ribfest officially kicks off today. So it kicked off today in Victoria Park, and that runs all the way until holiday Monday. So no matter your plans, if you're at a cottage, beach, whatever you've got going on, maybe you can sneak in just a little bit of rib time, get the corn on the cob, the coleslaw.
Amazing.
I'm so hungry thinking about this right
I feel
now.
like it's just a summer food, right?
It really is. It's a summer staple.
Yeah.
So we've got that to kick off our Friday night. We've got the London Majors. They're taking on Kitchener, and that's at Labatt Park. First pitch is 7:05. Grab a hot dog, and maybe like that's your appetizer before the ribs, right? Of course.
So fun.
That's going to be fun. We've got movies in the park. That's happening every Friday throughout the summer. So the full schedule, london.ca. But you can find all the different viewings. So this week they're doing Lightyear at one of the parks in London. But again, that changes week to week. So you can definitely find it. It's totally free. You bring your lawn chairs, your snacks, your popcorn, and you just hang out and meet some of the neighbors.
Yeah, fun for people like that have kids like yourself, right?
It's such a great event. And again, being free, totally attainable.
Awesome. What else have we got going on?
We've got a walking tour. So this is happening at the Eldon House. This is their garden tour they do every year. It's beautiful. If you're into gardening, I always joke that like once you reach a certain age, you're definitely into like, whether it's like, you know, making your own beer or gardening or bugs. And I think I'm in my garden era because I really want to go to this.
Me too. I'm not that good. I kill a lot of my plants, but it sounds like fun.
Yeah, right? So you can go. That starts at 11 a.m. on Saturday morning. You can go and check that out, wear some comfy shoes, and see a lot of beautiful things. We also have lots of racing happening at Grand Bend Motorplex. So this is their Canadian Nationals weekend. It's happening all weekend long. So you go and you just cheer on your favorite racer. I mean, if you're into that world, it's a whole vibe, high energy, really, really cool.
Wow, so it sounds like there's a lot going on, lots of fun things. Thank you so much, KP. That's your London list. We'll see you next week. Tomorrow, a possible new chapter for the old lighthouse. The municipality of Bayham may be transferring ownership of the historic structure in Port Burwell. That's tomorrow at 6 on CTV News.
Our
photograph of the day from Elsa Craig. Thank you so much, Jana Bannister. Heading into the weekend, unsettled. The risk of scattered showers developing Saturday and Sunday. Holiday Monday looks beautiful. Lots of sunshine right across the region.
Poland scrambled fighter jets earlier today to secure its airspace amid concern of spillover from Russian attacks in neighboring Ukraine. The sirens could be heard in early morning hours in Lublin, southeast of Warsaw. Meanwhile, residents in an eastern town reported a loud explosion and found a crater and debris from a yet-to-be-identified object that the government suspects to be a Russian missile. Tensions remain high in the Middle East today. A drone strike on vessels in Egypt's Mediterranean port of Damietta has signaled a potential new front in the U.S.-Iran war. Egypt says an investigation shows an unidentified drone caused a fire on 2 vessels at the port. It's near the Suez Canal, which links the Mediterranean to the Red Sea. Egyptian officials say no one has claimed responsibility, but measures are being taken to protect Egypt's national security. The attack raises the prospect of threats to shipping through the Suez Canal, a last remaining safe port route from Saudi oil. Prince Edward Island's famous potatoes are getting a boost from beef cattle. Researchers are testing new ways to improve soil health involving animals in hopes of producing higher potato yields. CTV's Maria Charoux has the details.
On this PEI field, farmers are putting their cows to work.
The cows are spreading the manure instead of actually using equipment to spread it.
You'd save your fuel and all that other expense and labor and time.
Cutting costs is only one part of this experiment. The idea is simple. Cattle eat grass, then drop manure and urine, adding nutrients to soil that could help the next potato crop.
They get deposited mostly macro and micronutrients. We are talking about potassium, phosphorus, magnesium, zinc, calcium, iron.
And signs of improvement are starting to show.
Notice how the grass is relatively greener. It's darker.
Researchers take samples before and after the cattle move through, measuring nutrients and how well the ground holds water. They're also tracking greenhouse gas emissions and eventually potato yields. So far, some results are similar with or without cattle. But researchers suggest that's because their data so far is coming from areas that have been grazed just once. They hope the benefits will build over repeated cycles. This field has now completed 2.
So generally looking quite good, like they're very healthy. I'm not seeing really any signs of disease or pests. So you can see this is the biggest one it's made so far.
In the fall, they'll have more results and the potatoes will only keep growing.
They'll be about this big.
Even if there's no significant increase in yields, it's still a more efficient use of land for both beef and potato producers.
We can have more cooperation between those farms.
The project will continue for another growing cycle, but the researchers hope to get additional funding to follow the science over several more cycles. Maria Saru, CTV News, Katskumpek, Prince Edward Island.
London's top stories.
We have breaking news tonight out of Ottawa. The latest in the
breaking news alerts.
I'm tracking an area of severe weather. It'll start.
And watch live.
A developing story now from City Hall where.
Download the CTV News app.
Finally tonight, Port Stanley Terminal Rail says ticket sales are down this year after a delayed start to the season caused by major bridge repairs. As CTV's Brian Bicknell tells us, the volunteer-run organization wants tourists and day trippers to know it's open for business with trains running smoothly down the track.
Air conditioned here. All flow through.
Passengers get on board, full steam ahead as the Port Stanley tour train gets set to leave the station.
Alert!
3 carloads of passengers of all ages are on this leisure trip from Port Stanley Station to White's Park in central Elgin and back.
Oh, it's lovely. A little scary going over some of those bridges, but no, it's beautiful, and there's no other way to see it unless you're on the train.
It looked really cool, and I've never been on a train before.
My husband thought that would be really good for our grandson
And I think he's right.
This is one of several trips per week where passengers take a slow ride along the historic rail line, taking in the Elgin countryside along the way. There are other ticketed options with onboard entertainment, including live music or dinner theater.
You got to like people, you got to like trains, but I'm sharing the history and I get a lot of nods. A lot of seniors ride the train that years ago rode the train as kids when it was electrified back in the early days.
Conductor Mark Askew says the popular tourist train lost momentum earlier this year when the Kettle Creek train bridge was down for major repairs. The Christmas and Easter trains were halted, but the rail line was back up and running this past May.
Last year, just over 17,000 people rode the train.
Wow. How are we doing this year?
Oh, we're under on the count. Basically, we started off late, but we're going to catch up, we're hoping, with the additional trips.
At nearly 170 years old, this railroad is operated completely by volunteers. Anyone with an interest in preserving history and showing people what Southern Ontario has to offer. Among the volunteers is longtime engineer Bob Wood.
They said railways were a thing of the past, so I believed them, and it turns out they're not a thing of the past. It's nice to be able to give people some joy running on something that's been here for this length of time.
Sometime later, the train approaches the station once again. The end of the line. Passengers disembark after a family adventure spent riding the rails on a sunny summer day.
What a great way to spend an Ontario summer afternoon on a train, a slow train. You get to see parts of your country that you don't ever get to see.
The train runs Saturdays and Sundays, Wednesdays and holidays through the summer before switching to its fall schedule.
It's being run as a volunteer railway, supported only by the ridership that keeps it going.
Brian Bicknell, CTV News, Port Stanley.
That's our time tonight. For your latest local updates, you can always head to our website. Our next newscast is tonight at 11. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.